guys, thanks for joining me. I am AV Storyteller and this is my Let's Play something a little random. In this case, LA Noire. Now this is a game that came out many years ago. I actually knew a guy who was working for Rockstar, actually involved in the making of this, which was pretty cool. But I thought, let's try something a little different this time, so I'm going to fire it up. I wanted you to see the full intro because it really sets the mood. Now this is not right from the beginning. I've been playing for 7 hours, something like that, because you've probably seen the intro and the first missions a dozen times if you are remotely interested in this. So I've made detective. I'm no longer a beat cop, if you've got any familiarity with the game. And I wanted to take one of the, I'm not massively further on, 7 hours, like missions 3, 4, 5, something like that. To be honest, I've kind of lost count. But we're defeating evil on the mean streets of LA. Very Hollywood. And this, by the way, this is on full resolution, maximum quality graphics. This is as good as it gets, in case you're wondering. But of course I'm an adventurer and you need to do these things properly, and because it's LA Noire, when the time when men were guys and women were dolls, I thought we should have a different hat this time. Something I actually used when I was doing my modern day Phantom of the Opera outfit for Halloween. Marriage Made in Heaven. I like the sound of this one. Hit and run. It reminds me of
All right, gentlemen, I just got this handed to me. A hit-and-run felony at Ray's Cafe, 208 North Los Angeles. Got a patrolman on site. The coroner's on his way. Get down there, see if you can find any witnesses who can put a make on the car.
Straight through the red light. Said she never saw it.
New clue, hit and run. Hit and run victim, new location, Ray's Cafe. Case you have unlocked or downloaded can be accessed from replay via the cases section, something. So, total homicides, calendar year 1944. The controls feel a little bit on the laggy side, if I'm honest. It's not.
Mouthpiece store strips off me at the grand jury. Case got thrown out.
The character
now the
doesn't
DA wants my head.
Turn as fast as you would expect from a first-person shooter. It's not a first-person shooter, it's very much a third-person. And I'm just checking everything is recording properly. It seems to be. Oh, and I seem to have taken you into my notebook. While we're here, this is where you do the most of your detective work. Police, people, clues, location. Here's your case. I get the impression that there's 4 different levels of LA Noire. You start as a beat cop. You make a name for yourself when you get promoted up to traffic. Then the other options are vice, arson, and homicide. And I think it's really going to happen. I don't know. In what grade of status of policing would you argue that is? Would you say traffic is the low, homicides the top? I think we could probably agree upon that. But then, which comes first, vice or arson? So people, hit and run. We don't know anything yet. The controls could be a bit smoother. It's not quite as user-friendly. not as intuitive is perhaps a better word. Ray's Cafe. This is where we can set our destination. And it's a big map. It is a big map, to its credit. I pressed the escape button there thinking it was going to go bad, but
I gave his wife a tap. I said all's fair in love and war.
What did he say? I gave my
I'm gonna
wife
make him take
a
me to the pictures
tap.
tonight.
Let's see if we can chat with the sexy secretaries.
I want to make comments.
Not very professional.
You make it.
But have you seen this hat? I mean, this hat is amazing. Check out the black band around it. Let's see if we can pick ourselves up a Hollywood movie star. Probably not while we're in traffic.
Right through the red light, but you never saw it.
So you get a sounder partner, and so far I'm very pleased with the game.
I don't want to be rude.
It's not a game to play casually. You really need to focus. It's not like The Witcher or first-person shooter. Oh, I missed with my sword. I missed with my gun. That's okay. I can swing again. I can shoot again. If you miss a clue, you've missed a clue. So there is that kind of old-school brutality about it. Now you can get your partner to drive for you, or you can drive yourself. So I'm going to try to... Normally I've found that actually just getting to the scene is where it gets really interesting. You can come across street crime along the way and hidden vehicles. But sometimes it's actually difficult to see, okay, where am I? But I am there, hidden there. And that's the location where we're going. So it's not the first, second, third, it's the fourth left. Remember, in America, they drive on the right. They drive on the incorrect side of the road.
That's the lemon wash whistle. That means Boston fans.
Looks like the DA is going to press charges. Anna Rodriguez might do time.
I'll speak to the DA. She suffered enough.
I don't know, Cole. She's an easy make, and the DA likes convictions.
I'll convince him to let me go.
How do you do that?
My previous case.
I'll give him something better.
Old-fashioned soaps require scrubbing and elbow grease.
Yeah, they were talking about my previous case. It's really quite difficult to see where you are. Yeah, see, there's my arm. There I am. I've just missed it. No matter what the game, sense of direction is perfect. I totally meant to be exactly where I am.
Lemon wash cuts grease and takes it right down the lane. And since lemon wash removes spots from pots and pans, use it to remove the grease spots that occasionally get on clothes and that moths love to feed upon. Easy, quick lemon wash. Just listen for the whistle. The lemon wash whistle means it's gotta be clean. Lemon wash, all-purpose cleaner.
I think that's the coroner. I've seen his face before. This just reminds me of playing Fallout.
Detectives, over here.
Cole Phelps, traffic. What have we got?
Thick as a white male named Lester Patterson. Walked out of the bar and into the street. Car hit over there and he ended up here. Dead on impact by the look of it.
Have you canvassed the area?
The only one with anything useful to contribute
Person
is
of
the young lady
interest,
over
Lester
there.
Patterson.
She lives above the bar. Name is Shannon Perry. No, it's not a stage name. 24 years old, she left Kansas to follow the Yellow Brick Road.
Is that so?
We'll take a formal statement later. Right now, we're going to take a look
City
around.
of Dreams, trying to make a name for herself with bright lights. So you get a choice really at this point to start digging into the clues or speaking to the witnesses. I was watching a YouTube video of an actual detective, ex-SWAT, talking through how realistic LA Noire was, and he was actually quite impressed. even things like sending the patrol officers to houses around the area to look to get statements, get clues. Other things they weren't impressed with was how you would pick up a piece of evidence and roll it around in your hand. And he's like,
we've got things to do.
like, no, fingerprints. Obviously, it wasn't such a big thing back then. So, one kind of like a superpower you have, and you don't have much of it, is to use intuition to either remove incorrect answers from when you're interrogating a suspect or witness, or you can use it to discover clues on the map, making them easier to locate, as it says. Let's see if anything. There's a lot of notebook shuffling. I'm a great great artist with the pencil. I mean, that's very accurate of what she looks like. So, 24, female, blonde hair, blue eyes. Come here to make a star of herself. Eyewitness to hit and run incident. Got nothing so far regarding that. And that's just the victim. So let's try and back out of this.
So the driver managed to brake before the impact.
Yeah, skid marks of the tires. Saw the guy not soon enough at the speed he was going. Sometimes it's actually quite difficult to, okay, I've seen enough, I would like to back out of this and move on. And it doesn't let you, and it's quite fiddly sometimes, the controls.
This blood is a long way from the body. Car must have been going like a bat out of hell.
Like a bat out of hell, he'd be gone when the morning comes. When the night is over. Oh. Hopefully,
Body
he never
traveled
knew
a
what
good
hit him.
20 feet.
Let's see what the. I like how you got a photographer there taking shots. And
Take a look at the body.
camera.
Poor guy didn't stand a chance.
Landed on his face and ended up here. The car must have struck him from behind.
Oh, why he's pointing, because you can, look. You have to look for specific areas. It's not going to feed you the clues. It's not going to feed you the information. So you kind of have to figure out a lot for yourself, which what makes it satisfying. And then once you've got the object or the man's hand in this example, you can use the mouse and the keys to rotate it to try and look for extra information. Don't think I can find anything there. So I'm turning his face left and right there, trying to spot and think. That might help me in my case. ID, wallet. California 5 on Life. Lester Patterson, that's his home address. Dear Mrs. Patterson, it was a great pleasure that we acknowledge the receipt of your application 14F. And pre-approval has been granted to raise the weekly premium of your life insurance policy. Is this a life insurance? Was it his wife driving the car? The plot thickens. Oh, no, maybe not his wife. The guy who wants to be with his wife. Shh. from $3.50, which she put him up to raise because she wasn't happy with the payout, to $5.90 per week. This raise became effective from 4 days ago, where our standard veteran care policy entitles you to a lump
life
sum
insurance.
payout of the $10,000 in the event of your ultimate death or permanent incapacitation. This new plan secures your beneficiaries of a sum of $16K. What the F? He's written. We at California Fire and Life thank you and wish you a good health and security for the future. Curtis Benson. Okay, let's start speculating. He never took this policy out. He didn't increase. Well, he might have took the original out. He didn't increase it. He found the letter saying that his life insurance policy has been increased, and he's been suspecting that his wife has been unhappy with him, or for some reason he goes to the bar to drown his sorrows, and then the rogue James Dean-like boyfriend on the Marlon Brando runs him over the car on purpose to claim the life insurance. But the wife has been playing the James Dean Marlon Brando card deck. She's gonna get the money and dump the guy, probably set him up for the murder. And she leaves the sweet life on $16,000, which was a huge amount of money back in '47. Somewhere sunny and warm. I'm not seeing a wedding ring. So either, see, this is the problem I'm having with the game. Either, because this is all reliant, these clues and the mannerisms, which is a huge part of the game. The mannerism is based on two things. One, the writer's interpretation on how good or how exactly a person should react in a given situation, and that would require them to be a real person of the world, a real psychiatrist, psychoanalyst, and to know exactly how people react when someone has been told that someone has been murdered and blah blah blah, or whether or not they're being really kind of affected themselves by Hollywood, and they think people react in this way when this news is given to them or that news is given to them. So some part of me sometimes feel like I not only have to interpret real behavior, but the graphic designer's interpretation of what real behavior looks like, because they might come from a very misled point of view about how the world works.
What have you got on the victim?
From all reports, he was intoxicated at the time of the accident. I'll know how intoxicated once I've done the autopsy. Looking him over now, I'd say he died on impact.
What about the chest wound? Isn't that inconsistent?
Very common in auto injuries. Look for a car with a prominent hood ornament. Those things are killers.
Yeah, it's not like those impact-friendly hoods you get nowadays. You know, those cars that they specifically
Careful where
design.
you're stepping, Phelps. I don't come down to the station house and tap dance on your desk.
So if someone gets hit with them, they roll off as injury-free as possible. Let's go speak to the eyewitness.
It's all yours, Detective.
Miss Perry?
Yes?
I'm Detective Phelps. This is my partner, Detective Bukowski.
Can you tell us what happened?
Well, I came to the window
24.
because I heard people arguing downstairs.
Everyone seemed to look much older back in those days. Like, 19-year-old girls, like, she looks like she's 26, 27. Like, ooh, times were hard. The styles were just matured them, like, just made them look so much older. So, you've got the options here of truth, doubt, and lie. If you say someone that it's the truth, you just carry on. If you say someone is lying, you have to back it up with evidence, and if you choose the wrong evidence because you haven't found it or you just picked the wrong one, then, you know, the witness will become more obstructive and less likely to give you the information you're after. I'm not entirely sure how doubt works. I mean, choosing doubt when the answer should have been lie is
Aren't
still
you
the
at least
wrong
gonna
answer.
try to catch the man that did this?
Sure, sweetie, I will do. Okay, so you just came down. Okay, I believe you. You get that bling, 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 bling.
I saw a car hit that poor man and knock him down the street.
Suspect vehicle description. You can press D to observe the witness, which is more useful when you're interrogating.
Aren't
the
you at
person
least
you
gonna
think
try
is
to catch the man
the
that
killer
did this?
or whatever, to see how confident or stressed out they are.
What kind of car was it?
A dark red Lincoln Continental.
She knows the motor vehicles. I'm almost tempted to say doubt, to say, how do you know that? How do you know the make and model if it was passing so fast? I'm going to say doubt.
It's pretty dark, Miss Perry. You sure about the car?
Of course I'm sure. My Uncle Bernie has one just like it back in Topeka.
A new objective, calling suspect vehicle, clue updated, red Lincoln Continental. I realise I should probably move my camera because that is where all the clues come up. So I'll move it over there. We're not playing The Witcher anymore.
Detective! This might not be important, but...
damn it. See, and you got the pluses and the crosses depending whether or not you got the your truth, doubt or lie correct. To be honest, I only picked the doubt because I was just trying to show you an example. Anyway.
Tell me more about the argument you heard.
Well, there were two voices. A man and a woman. That's all.
Typical. Why am I not surprised? Tell me. I'm going to approach this like she's got no reason to lie to us. She's got no investment into who this victim is and who the driver, the woman is. So we're just going to take what she says as gospel truth, but she's looking a bit shifty there, isn't she? Either that or she's looking me up and down. I mean, back in the day when this was actually created, facial animation was like, you know, pretty damn impressive. I mean, this is not just idle animation. This is done for a reason.
Aren't you at least gonna try to catch the man that did this?
So, okay.
Go on.
Then a third person, another man, got involved.
Oh, that was
It's in your best interest to work with the LAPD, ma'am. One day you'll find yourself in trouble and needing a cop.
So obviously I
Certainly
shouldn't
got
have
away
done
with
that.
the dames, Phelps.
Give it a rest, Bukowski.
Let's see what the patrons have to say.
I'll take the bartender. You work the rest of the room.
What makes this game really like brutal but also like interesting is that there's no save options. I couldn't have just saved, ran through that script and then reload it because I realised, oh, well, I messed that up, obviously. It auto saves all the time, so it's pretty brutal, but when it's also very rewarding as a result, because when you get it right, you know, pat yourself on the back, job well done.
I'm Detective Phelps of the LAPD.
How can I help, Detective?
Name would be a good start.
Dudley Lynch. Hired help. I run the place when the owner ain't around.
Where is the owner?
He stepped out. Somebody had to take Lorna, Mrs. Patterson, home.
Mrs. Patterson.
I'm here all day. If you want information, I'm your guy.
Let's go back up a step here.
Let's take a quick intermission for news from Washington. He's in a hideaway in the Chicago suburb of Skokie, Illinois. Confiscated finally take the rap. They dished it out.
Why would she lie? What was her motivation to not tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God? Hit and run incident associated with the victim. I don't overheard in the bar. Look through the bar. Okay, let's go speak to this guy again. Ah, no, did not mean that. Back out.
I'm here all day. If you want information, I'm your guy.
Ah, I'm pressing space to talk to the guy. Okay, right.
What can you tell me about the accident?
Not a lot. It was busy in here, and all I heard was the impact.
Oh, come on, that's BS. You were right here.
So what was he doing outside? It's against licensing regulations to drink on the sidewalk.
Lester and Lorna were having a fight. The owner made him take it outside. It was pretty ugly.
Association with victim.
Do you know the victim?
Yeah. Lester Patterson. He's a regular here, or he was.
Okay, that seems fairly legit.
Not one of your favorite customers?
Lester was special, but not my kind of special.
Was Lester drinking alone?
No. He came here with his wife. She didn't seem too interested in the booze, though.
Oh, there was something going on there, wasn't there?
A witness overheard an argument.
Lester and Lorna. There's nothing like airing your dirty laundry in public, is there?
Go on.
What was it about?
Who knows? The slightest thing could set those two off.
Thanks for your help,
Why did I
Lynch.
get an X
I'm going to
there?
need you to sign a statement with the patrolman.
Because
Sure,
they were
no
having an
problem.
argument.
You get anything out of the regulars?
They weren't giving too much away. They liked watching Lester and Lorna go a few rounds every other day.
Maybe I should have
And
doubted
Lester was
that.
a fan of the love tap.
The love tap. No action from him. Shrink to the stars. Promises mental breakdown.
What do you think?
You could use the phone in the back of the bar. Call in what we have on the suspect vehicle.
So let's see what we've got here. Red Continental. Let me find that. Assurance letter. I have no idea what the argument was about. That's our motive, the argument, isn't it? Patterson resident. Probably set that the next one. Is that a mirror? Oh, we've got a reflection. Always something interesting in these games, not all of them can.
I'm at a loss.
You could use the phone in the back of the bar. Call in what we have on the suspect vehicle.
I'm trying to. It's a bit fiddly. Back away from the camera. No. Why? It's strange that some button makes you back out and sometimes it does not.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a list of dark red Lincoln Continentals.
Just a moment. This is going to be quite a list, Detective.
Cross-check for registered addresses. Top of the pile, anything from the downtown area. Around Bunker Hill.
One moment. Fred Murray, 120 South Olive Street, between 1st and 2nd Street. Harris Jones, number 1 Dillon Lane. William Shelton of 738 West Temple Street. That's all for downtown. You've got that, Detective?
Thanks.
3 possible suspects.
Might call for some legwork, but it's better than nothing.
Let's find a red Lincoln Continental with blood smears all over the bonnet. Or an ornament of that has been broken. Let's check the map. So we've got there. Patterson is where they live, there or there. So Lorna got home. Maybe it would be better to speak to Lorna first. See if I can suss out, shake some information out of her. Every time I hear this kind of 1950s music, it just reminds me of playing Fallout, New Vegas.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
So this is me, instead of driving, getting my partner to drive, who is a million miles away. Normally he's right on my heels. Broadway Horror. So really all we've got to go on is this red Lincoln, which is pretty tenuous. It could obviously just be a genuine hit and run.
Yes? Hello?
Mrs. Patterson.
Is this about my husband?
We're investigating the incident, ma'am.
I see. Come in, won't you?
The incident? How does she know he's already dead?
We wanted to give you the facts about the accident, ma'am.
I appreciate that, but I think I know most of them already, Detective. He was hit by a car, now he's dead. What more is there to tell?
Pardon me, but you don't appear to be too upset about it.
Lester and I met on a furlough in '44. We got married that weekend. People don't understand it now, but that happened a lot back then.
I see. So you probably did well to stick together this long.
What's that supposed to mean, mister? I think it's about time you left. I have someone here, and
Beg your pardon? You're gonna have to run that one by us again, sister.
It's okay, Lorna. I'm Leroy Sabo.
Well, well. Nice to see you're comforting the grieving widow, Mr. Sabo.
Cock in the hen house.
All right, wise guy. Do you have any intelligent questions you would like me to answer?
You can confirm Mrs. Patterson's story.
Lester lost at cards. He was kind of hard to control when he lost his temper. He turned without looking and walked right out in front of the car. It wasn't good.
What's your relationship with Mrs. Patterson, Mr. Sabo?
We're friends. Good friends.
You expect me to believe that?
Look, I was filing for divorce. Mental cruelty. Lester could be a mean son of a bitch.
And Lester knew about that?
No, I hadn't told him.
Well, hasn't this worked out well for the two of you? I feel almost bad for busting in on this little rendezvous.
This is juicy, I love it.
How did the car come to hit Lester?
He walked straight into the path of an oncoming car.
Oh, you look so shifty.
You expect me to believe that, Lorna? It's all very convenient.
Gambling for Lester was like the needle for a hophead. He was yelling at me. He was yelling at the whole world. I kind of felt sorry for the driver. Poor guy had no chance.
Big tick. So she marries the guy upon meeting him.
You think I got nothing better to do? Beat it.
Looking very cagey, obviously hiding something. But what? It'd be too simple if it was, but maybe simple is sometimes the truth. Maybe she's being pressured by Casanova over there. Gambling, especially if he's got ties to the mob. Your husband owed us a lot of money, you need to go. You need to keep quiet, right? Yeah, she's never says anything.
You were arguing in the bar and on the sidewalk?
We were always arguing. So what?
Well, there's definitely a doubt or a lie. Let's just use intuition here. Don't remove truth. Okay, we're gonna go with doubt.
Admit it, you were baiting him, pushing his buttons. We can easily get the full story from the regulars in the bar.
All right. Lester was playing cards out back. He lost, of course, and wanted back in. He suggested I earn the money on my back to get a mistake. That was the proposition he was putting to his so-called buddies. So maybe I was a little angrier than usual. Let's just say I took exception to his idea.
You and Mr. Sabo have an interesting day.
I'm sure we will, officer. Now, if you could both just leave.
We're leaving, ma'am. Sorry for your loss. I can see what a tough time you're having with all this. Come on, Phelps. Let's make ourselves scarce.
Speak to this Mr. Sabo. You don't own a red Lincoln Continental by any chance, do you, Mr. Sabo? You owed a lot of money to someone who didn't take kindly to it? Or is the death completely accidental, just one of those things, but it's led us into another case involving her and Lester Sabo? Leroy Sabo. table set for 2. And again, this is one of those things like, is this just incidental detail that an other graphics designer has just added? Because he was told, okay, just make me a room and stick some stuff in it that looks like a 1950s house. Or is this actually carefully constructed evidence? I mean, the reason why I say this, because I used to like run a lot of role-playing games, and doing the detective part of it was, I mean, the reason why criminals get caught is because of that incidental details. And trying to pre-plan those incidental details, you know, took quite a lot of work.
Doesn't look like anything.
I'm surprised it never mentioned. So they went out to the bar. I mean, if you look at this, it looks like they went up to the bar after she had made a meal and no one had touched it. Surely that's a red flag.
Don't think this is anything.
I'm really just like clutching at straws here. And clutching at washing powder.
I don't think so.
Let's check out the bedroom. No warrant, by the way. I'm just totally doing this because, you know, different times. Got some, and again, you've got some hot music playing. You choose to get cozy.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
We should go, Phelps. I've never felt less welcome in my entire life.
Okay.
I'm out of here, Lorna. I got a business to run.
You think Mal is done with the autopsy? Better call it in and check, Phelps. Between the driver and the widow, I say we start dealing with the facts.
Telephone the coroner. I need to find telephone.
It's him, the cop from the newspapers.
Oh, shucks. Where's he going? Game World is the name of it. I would, you know, if I wasn't doing a Let's Play, I would probably follow that guy for the next half an hour to see where he went.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
He's got a business to run.
Just one detective from the coroner. Message reads, Phelps, see me at Central Morgue immediately. Results of the Patterson autopsy.
Thanks for your help.
New objective reported. Central Morgue. So now we've got a couple of choices. We can either track down these red Lincoln Continentals or go to the morgue. I think maybe we should go to the morgue first. Although, if this was real world, you probably want to track down the Lincoln Continentals first before the guy has got a chance to wash the blood off his vehicle and repair the hood ornament. But being a game, it's going to be there for you.
I got a call back for that Universal Chorus line.
Congratulations. What are we doing for time? 44. Yeah, it's not a quick game. It's not a quick game. Okay, so location. Let's go to the coroners. So I was just curious that the facts and evidence have been completely scored off, like no more clues there. So we'll set this as the destination. We'll get to the lawmobile and we'll let our partner do the driving. That will skip all the driving animation and blah blah blah.
You know the way. You can drive.
And get us directly to the next scene. The downside of that is that you don't get to know the layout of the city very well. You don't come across incidental cases. Subquests. For the sake of this, let's play. Let's do that. Los Angeles Country Mall. Oh, it's an early morning. You don't keep regular hours as a detective. Never been to the mall before. Hopefully you only ever go once.
We can put the driver in front of a judge in less than a week.
You'd be making a big mistake.
Run that by me again?
The victim was dead before the car hit him. 2 puncture wounds to the right side of the thorax. Second puncture reached his heart.
You're kidding me.
Been doing this job 23 years, son. No one's ever laughed at one of my jokes.
He was stabbed to death?
Long, sharp knife. Length of a bayonet.
So the hit and run was a cover-up?
I'd say he was stabbed twice at very close quarters.
And
Both wounds thrusting upwards and then pushed in front of the car.
Easy, Tiger.
Clever, really. I almost missed it. But the trajectory of the wounds was all wrong if he was impaled by the hood ornament. Find the knife, detectives.
Yes, sir.
It all comes back to the crime scene. We need to hit Ray's one more time and trawl for evidence.
Where's that knife? God damn it. I'm gonna re-question that witness now that we've got new information. Don't leave the town. Okay. So, clues, location. Ray's Cafe. Set that as a destination. And I think we're going to head over there. But I think I'm going to say this is the end for this first episode of Let's Play Something Random, LA Noire. I'll do another one. We'll finish off this quest. Hope you have enjoyed this little teaser. It's a slow burn kind of a game, isn't it? But I think that what makes it very enjoyable. Plus you get to wear a trophy. So, what's not to like? Anyway, I'm going to leave it here for today's episode. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and join me next time. So until then, take care of yourself. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye. And here we go. Hello there, thanks for joining me. I am AV Storyteller, and this is my Let's Play Something a Little Random. In this case, it's LA Noire. And we rejoin Detective Phelps just outside the police station. We are on our way to Ray's Cafe to find out how our Vic got stabbed. He was dead before he hit the vehicle. So let's bring up the notepad. We're going to set our location, Ray's Cafe, and then we're going to get our partner to do the driving.
Can you drive to this one?
Excuse me. Turn the audio of the volume of the game down a little bit more as well, because I felt my voice was being overpowered. I'm wearing my ridiculous white trilby, but in honor of Detective Michael Phelps.
Lester could be a heel,
We just wanted to
but
check the crime scene over one more
that's a
time.
lousy way for anyone to go out.
If that's all right.
Can you be quick about it? Cops are bad for business.
Really? We'll tiptoe, Sabo. You won't even notice us.
Okay, so it seems that Mr. Lester Sabo is actually the owner.
Step by step, check every inch of ground.
Who just seems to have some kind of romantic connection, maybe, with the deceased wife. Oh, hello, I had a ping bear, which is an indication that something might be afoot. What thing? Newspapers provide backstory on the events which may or may not something. I remember noticing this when the first time we came in here. Shrink to the stars promises mental breakdown. So, Friday, January the 10th, 1947. January the 10th. January the 10th. There's not a drop of snow on the ground. Hollywood elite take of unconventional therapies. Test subject shows dramatic improvement, says Dr. Harlan J. Fontaine.
Courtney, come in. Have a seat.
Thanks, Doctor.
How are you finding working at the clinic?
It's, fine.
Are you sure?
Can I be honest with you, Doctor?
I would hope so, Courtney.
I was hoping that the therapy would be more beneficial.
Treatment can unfortunately be very long-term.
So many of the patients here are addicts, Doctor.
Many of them have been for years, Courtney. In the past, these people were condemned in sanatoriums. We can reveal the root of the problem. Then we have a chance to help them.
And until then, they stay sedated?
Do I detect a hint of reproach, Courtney?
I was expecting more, Doctor. I'm sorry. I don't mean to criticize.
Part of being a physician, Courtney, is learning to be patient.
How is it possible to keep so many of them on their medications, Doctor? Many of their addictions are illegal.
Oh, many things in life are gray, Courtney. What may on the surface appear to be illegal is actually of benefit to society at large.
Is it any wonder we can't afford even the necessities of life when you squander every penny on that stuff?
Hollywood elite taken with unconventional therapies. Newspapers collectors 1 of 13. I was going to say that's the first time that's ever happened. They love the horse racing around here. I think we won't find anything until we get to the back room where I've accidentally picked up the newspaper again. I was trying to click on him. But he's a laconic type. Nope. Even more nope. So we've got that must be the back door. This must be to the poker, is it? Yeah, you can tell with the
So this is why everybody comes to Ray's.
For the high stakes, no limit poker. Well, they're not playing Texas Hold'em, I can tell you that. Unless the game got stopped mid. Let's use an intuition, show clues. What is this? Got a bing bing. I'm trying to listen to the radio station at the same time. Are we going out? Are we going out on the back? Side alley? Oh, there's the blade. Nice. I like how you put your fingertips all over
I'm
it.
sure Carruthers will confirm this as the murder weapon. Let's talk to Leroy. See him explain his way out of this.
Stainless steel. You're lying, Leroy. So I'm just getting ready.
Leroy Sabo, you're under arrest for the murder of Lester Patterson.
Not gonna happen, fellas.
Oh my God.
Go! I'll bring the car around and head him off.
Well, we'll go for a chase. Right. Oh, there he is.
It's too late, Sabo.
Now, should I shoot him in the leg? Because there's a very real chance he could kill me.
Sabo, stop or I will shoot.
Oh, he shot my hat off. Jesus Christ, that was close.
You look spooked, Phelps. I thought you'd been under fire before.
It never gets any easier, Bukowski.
You know what bugs me? Someone still hit that guy and didn't stop. As soon as the address on that red Lincoln comes through, I'll send a prowl car to bring the driver in.
Have patrol pick up Mrs. Patterson.
So sometimes you might be thinking, I'm going to try and bring this guy in the lie, and
So I
hasn't
give you a hit
happened
and
yet,
run.
but they
You
might blow
bring me
your
back
face off.
fraud, conspiracy, and first-degree murder. This is how a good detective operates, Phelps. You take nothing at face value. You keep digging and asking questions until you get to the truth. You got some sharp elbows on you, detective. I like that. Keep up the good work.
I swear that guy looks like Bill Burr to me. Marriage made in heaven. If I had known there was that much left of the quest, I might have continued in last episode. Clues found 7 out of 9. Questions correct 5 out of 8. No damage, no injuries, no city damage. You can pull it on the board. A slip of the tongue. That's what she said. And I really think we're going to leave this to the next episode, if there is one.
Phelps,
But we'll see. I'll let you
Peacock
watch
says
this,
he
'cause
located
it's
a
so
green
short, this
Kaiser
episode.
Fraser from the hot sheet. Address is 6 West 2nd Street. Get over there, see what you can find out. Go on. Sorry to inconvenience you.
We're on it, Captain.
This is the world's shortest episode. 10 minutes. Oh my god. Okay. I think maybe. Oh god, am I going to have to get the editor out and actually stitch these two together? That's going to bring it down from the 1040 to the 720. Okay. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Until then, take care of yourself. Bye for now. Bye bye.